So just come to the second move of the Pilates Qigong sequence, 8 brocades, raising the hands to condition the stomach and the spleen. Again, the spleen down on the left there, it's benefiting this one within the traditional forms. We really focus on the meridians, which they will be being benefited. With this, we're going to add the Pilates setup, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, just so we breathe into these lower lobes of lungs. So you breathe anywhere but the belly button, you breathe into the lower lobes of lungs, and that allows you to use our core in the most efficient manner. The pelvic floor and the corset to support the spine. Okay, that naturally does that. Obviously we go through that a little bit segmentally. Yeah, and this one's a little bit of a complicated hand motion. Again, there's a few adaptations, but see how we go. So I'm going to go straight back and link that to motion. Obviously, before we do that, just get the breathing. So zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, breathing through the nose, and exhale through pursed lips, as if you're sort of blowing out a candle through pursed lips. Don't force anything, and then just come back again. That'll be naturally done for you anyway. So I'm not spending a lot of time on that. Spend a little, most of the time on the first one, on the breathing. But again, just get a few breaths for that to start off with. Then we're going to calibrate and synchronize the breath and the motion. It's going to go back. The movement, just start with the movement anyway, because before we link the breath to the motion. So from here, feet hip width apart, or slightly more, or in, as long as you're comfortable. Okay, generally say hip width apart, not Charlie Chaplin, they're facing the front. Going to brush over that, just everything soft, natural. Shoulders down, a little bit of gap between the arms, lengthen up for the crown. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. From here, again, if you even start with this motion, so just let the shoulders down and towards the body. We'll go, bring the hands in line with shoulders, okay, and again, gather in, navel towards the spine. Just holding the hands here for a while, you'll feel that in the arms, okay. Now from here, you're going to exhale, come up the centre line of the body. This top palm's going to flex, and you're going to push up, push away the ceiling. It's called separate heaven and earth, also this one, forgot to mention. And then you're going to push the floor away. Then you're going to come back. So when they come in line, be aware, here, you're going to come back in and push up. Okay, so again, you're going to come here, going to alternate and push up the other way, so you swap it round. So this hand now comes up, my right hand, pushes away the ceiling. This one swapped from the ceiling to the floor. So we're just alternating that motion, coming here and then pushing up. We'll link the breath to this in a minute, just get the motion, there's a little bit to it. Again, I always find coming here a little bit of a, before I go into that one, because it just allows me to get in my mind what side I'm swapping to. Okay, so again, I find it's quite hard on the shoulders. It's quite a hard one on the shoulders, even though there's not weight with it, you still feel this on the shoulders. So do quality if you have to, lower reps. Again, they come in. You can always find this, helps me know which one I'm going to push up. Again, because we're swapping over, just until you get the coordination. And we come up again. I'm going to link that to motion now. So from here, you're going to breathe in and exhale. We're breathing down towards the shoulders. And push up, yeah, so breathing in. So we're going to start here. Going to push up, swap over, and exhale. So, if you want to come deeper into a squat, you can do that. Okay, again, or even a horse riding stance, a little bit wider. It's up to you. Okay, if you're in a horse riding stance, slightly out, sumo style with the feet. Okay, if you're here, the squat, feet slightly wider than hip width apart, or would come down no lower than your knees and lower toes. Okay, again, you want to stick your tailbone out, you can do, no lower than knees and lower toes. If you want to make it a little bit harder, come out wider, slightly out with the feet, not Charlie Chaplin. Again, same deal, when you come down with a wider stance, knees will be central towards the feet, they definitely won't be past toes. If you find this going on, you might want to shorten to the squat. okay, or just do it standing. So again, from here, I've come out wide into horse riding stance. And then slow it down. Again, it gets quite powerful on the legs. Exploit that speed and tempo. Slow is harder, fast is easier. Okay, so from here, if you want to add a little bit more to that, right at the end of the exhale, you can pulse again with the same breath or staccato breath. So I'll do both of them. So lots of variations. I'm down in the wider horse riding stance, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders here, gather in, zip up and hollow, like a pillar of strength, hands here. Right, even holding hands here for hours quite hard. You can do that before you start, comes quite physical. Then when you're ready, it's a just a bit slow, and again, that pulsing motion will create a bit of instability in the pelvic floor and the corset. So zip up and hollow, navel towards the spine. Keep that length up for the crown. Okay, again from here. When you run out of breath, don't force anything. Again, that's at the end, so tiny little range with that. Get smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm doing it big so you can see it. Again, here, like a sort of 1-inch punch, but make it a millimetre punch even, like a... Again, staccato breath I put with that, okay? So I'm going to put the staccato breath. Okay, it's optional, just do what we just did. So that's just normal breathing with the movement. Or staccato breath. I'm getting smaller and smaller the motions. I did them big so you can see them to start off with. Then it's a again, that staccato breath helps us fire that course, like a cough or sneeze. Everything comes in towards the spine. Pelvic floor there, you can always check. B-line there, bikini line, belt line, we can call that, end of the pelvic floor. That links onto the corset, 3 layers deep, like cling film. If you cough or sneeze, it comes in towards the spine. So with that staccato breath, but tiny motions. Again, I was doing sort of 1 inch or so to start off with, but after that, I want to see how small you can get them motions. So everything's slow when you're doing the motion. When you get to that last crack at the end of the whip, these little motions, if you're doing it, again, tiny motions. You're trying to mimic these micro moves of everyday life. That's what the pelvic floor and the corset constantly stabilise against. So we're trying to mimic them micro moves. Quite a lot in that. Exploit that range, speed and tempo to make it as easy or as hard as you like. On the motion part, again, obviously this bit will be faster. You're creating instability. So sometimes it'll be fast little motions to create instability. The big gross motor moves, as you notice with the Pilates stuff, is slow, is harder, faster is easier, okay? But these will always be little fast motions to create that instability. Lovely. So that was number 2 of the Pilates Qigong 8 brocade sequence. Got number 3, opening the arrow to let the arrow fly or shoot the golden eagle. Is number 3 next. Bang.